Well, hello, I'm Paul, I'm the Down-to-Earth Geologist, and you join me here on an extremely windy Stinchcombe Hill, just near the village of Dursley in Gloucestershire. The reason we're here is we're looking at the Cotswold Escarpment today. It's a line of hills. If you've not seen my previous video, I explained what the Cotswold Escarpment is there. It's a line of hills that marks the edge of the glaciation during the last ice age. And Stinchcombe Hill is a really interesting example of the Cotswold Escarpment. It's a geological outlier. It's fantastic. So I'm going to explain what a geological outlier is. And we're going to start off by flipping this camera around and letting you see the view, because you don't really want to be looking at me when there's a view like this available. So we are looking south here from Stinchcombe Hill. You can just about make out the M5 there, and if you've got a really keen eye you can probably make out the Mendip Hills in the background. And we're looking south towards North Somerset and beyond the Mendip Hills, the Somerset Levels. Check out my video on the Somerset Levels if you've not yet seen it. Now, just over here on the left, can you see that, it's just coming into view now, there's a monument just between those two branches of the tree there. That's on the main Cotswold Escarpment. And Stinchcombe Hill started off as a sort of a branch of the escarpment that that protruded out a particularly long way. Don't know quite why that was. Perhaps the geology here was a bit harder. Perhaps it was just the way that the ice formed it. But effectively, this was like a sort of a peninsula out into the sea of ice. Let's call it that. And as a result, the peninsula, the escarpment, the high ground that we're on at the moment, the plateau, has been eroded between here and the main escarpment. And so what you're left with is like a little island of high ground surrounded by lower ground. And that is effectively a geological outlier. Because what you can imagine is that you've got a little island of younger rocks. In this case, they're limestones, and they are about 170 million years old, maybe 175. And all around them are older rocks. The lower rocks, so we've got the Lias Formation and the Charmouth Mudstone Formation being the oldest rocks around here. But you might have also got Bridport Sands and other layers of limestone and mudstone in between. And so what we've got are these layers of much younger rock here, which are surrounded by older rock. And that effectively is what a geological outlier is. I'm going to walk across a golf course here. I don't often walk across golf courses. Not normally safe places to be. But it is so windy today that I'm not too worried about it. And this limestone ground that we're walking across actually is perfect for a golf course. You see these little undulations here. You get loads of undulations with limestone. Can you see these are almost certainly natural? And the reason for them, you see them actually quite clearly on the camera because they're darker. The reason for them is because the limestone itself is a soluble rock. You've got a flat piece of ground. Water will seep into that ground because it's flat. It won't run off the top quite so easily, and so the water pools there, and the only way out for it really is through the rock. And so as a result, you get sort of water concentrating into those little dips, and then it forms solution features underneath. And you might find there's little hummocks and fissure lines and things like that. And then eventually they open up so much that they become a void. We've got this beautiful tree here just by itself, again sitting in a little hummock. Love it. Limestone geology is absolutely fascinating to me. Unfortunately, where I'm based in Cornwall, we don't get an awful lot of it. But it's lovely geology. Perhaps that's why it's interesting to me, because it's not something I see on a day-to-day basis. Now, the reason we're walking across the golf course is to walk to the other side of the geological outlier. Ah, there's the footpath. Found it again. And we're going to see if we can look north from here, as well as south. So the first panorama I showed you was looking south towards Bristol. This one is looking to the north. Not sure what we can see through the trees. Not very much really. What a shame. Let's walk up a bit further. Perhaps see if we can see over the trees maybe. See if there's a little viewpoint or something up here. I'm assuming this is access land. I count that there are no fences. We'll see what we've got. So yeah, we're on this geological outlier. There aren't many true geological outliers in the UK, but there are a few, and they tend to occur on sedimentary rocks, because the sedimentary rocks are the ones that have this lovely flat or near flat dip to them, and as a result, where you have erosion with a small piece of stronger ground in between, then this is what you get. Where are we? So, this is to the north. See if we can just about see the main Cotswold Escarpment there through the gaps in the trees. This is the highest piece of ground around here, so I don't think I'll be able to get you any further, although maybe. Let me turn you off for a minute. I'm going to go and check something out, and I'll see you in a few minutes.